I'm Doc AJ Chua, and welcome to Adjusting Your Heart. We talk about mental health and relationship issues every Friday, so please subscribe in case you haven't done so. Thanks to my kumare, Annalyn Ting, and my goddaughter Ellie for this creative diamond painting behind me. I was touched to know that it was Ellie who drew it. Please subscribe to their YouTube channel, The Ting Is. We'll put the link below. The ongoing pandemic has caused a dramatic increase in mental health disorders. According to the Lancet, the 26% increase in anxiety disorders globally in 2020 brought the total number of cases to 374 million. So today, I'm going to share 10 things you can do to calm your anxiety. I'd like to differentiate what is normal anxiety versus an anxiety disorder. If you look at this picture, everything that's written on the left side will be about normal anxiety, and those on the right side will be an anxiety disorder. For instance, it's very normal that we occasionally worry about events like about this pandemic, let's say you're going to have an entrance exam, or about the war in Ukraine. But when you look at an anxiety disorder, it's not occasional, but it's a constant chronic worry, and it disturbs social and work life. And in normal anxiety, we are sometimes self-conscious in social situations like maybe a first date, so that's normal. But it is not helpful when, because you're afraid, then you totally avoid social situations, like you stay home all the time. It's okay to sweat over important events like maybe a job interview, a wedding, you're gonna have a baby. But it's not healthy if you would have repeated panic attacks. It's normal when you would have difficulties in sleeping after a traumatic event. But it's not healthy when you would have recurring nightmares relating to a traumatic event. That means you might have PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. It's normal when you have a realistic fear of a threatening place or situation, like there's a fire, you're afraid of public speaking, or you're going to meet a person who embarrass you in public. But it's no longer healthy when you perform repetitive actions to calm yourself down, like you would wash your hands every 15 minutes because you're afraid of getting the virus. If you're going to do that, how can you work or study? So my friends, I'd like to encourage you to try the 10 tips that I'm going to share. After trying the 10 things, if your anxiety hasn't improved and you can't function properly, like you can't study or you can't even go to work, you might need to consult a psychiatrist so that you will be properly diagnosed. Please do not self-diagnose using Google. A psychiatrist would diagnose you properly, and then in case you really need to take meds because there's some chemical imbalance in the brain, the psychiatrist will prescribe it to you. But remember, it would take around 2 weeks for the medicine to adjust to your body system. And after that, the psychiatrist would check it out. If it's okay, if not, he or she would tweak it and give it another observation, okay? So please, in case you're already taking psychiatric meds, please don't stop taking your meds without your psychiatrist's permission. And even with the meds, you still have to learn certain coping mechanisms. So I've divided the 10 tips into 3 main categories. The first is relax your body. People who are anxious might experience a panic attack. Like you might start hyperventilating. You can't breathe. There will be heart palpitation, tuk, 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 tuk. Or nausea, chills or hot flashes, sweating, trembling or shaking, numbness and tingling, or dizziness. So what do you do when that happens? Do breathing exercises. And actually, even without the panic attack, it will be good for you to do deep breathing exercises. Breathing is the number one and most effective technique for reducing anxiety quickly. That's what Scott DeHorty said. Breathing can help improve our mood, release tension and stress, reduce anxiety, increase our focus, regulate sleep patterns, slow our heart rate, and expand and strengthen our lungs. So I'm going to teach you one way of breathing. It's called resonant or coherent breathing. So you inhale for 5 seconds and then you exhale for 5 seconds. Okay? Sample. So repeat these several times. So eventually you'll be very accustomed to doing deep breathing. Okay? Number 2, use essential oils like lavender, because lavender has been known to calm people down. Okay? The third will be to take a nap, because when we take a nap, it also relaxes our body. The second category would be relax your mind. You could watch funny or inspirational videos. Check out this funny video. The dogs are so smart. For inspiring videos, you could also check out our Coping with Anxiety playlist. There I already talk about how to cope with anxiety, how to stop worrying or how to stop ruminating, how to conquer the fear of the unknown, how to conquer the fear of dying, how to conquer the fear of aging, or how to conquer the fear of public speaking. Next would be is to listen to soothing music. There are many Christian songs that can calm our anxiety. You can check out Don Moen's God Will Make a Way, Still by Hillsong, Take Me Out of the Dark by Carrie V, or songs by the Papuri Singers, or if you like Chinese songs, songs by Stream of Praise or Heavenly Melodies. The sixth tip is focus on what you can control. Look at the saying, you can't calm the storm, so stop trying. What you can do is calm yourself. The storm will pass. If you look at this picture, the only thing you can control is within the red circle. Like it would be your thoughts, feelings, attitude, behavior, words. The rest, like other people's thoughts, behavior, reactions, we can't control them. Okay, so we only focus on what we can control. The war in Ukraine is not within our control. My heart goes to those who are living in Ukraine. I can't imagine how they're feeling right now. Men ages 18 to 60 are no longer allowed to leave the country because they're being asked to serve in the military and their wives stayed to support them. So let's pray. Let's pray that this will end soon, that the war will no longer escalate so that there won't be more unnecessary deaths and devastation. Here's a picture of the Ukrainians kneeling down in prayer. That's within their control. And according to Christianity Today, many pastors stayed to serve and help those in need. Ukraine Evangelical Theological Seminary president quoted Psalm 27 verse 1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Because of the war, all prices went up while stocks fell. So what is within your control is that you shouldn't invest all stocks in one place. Diversify your market and make sure that when you're going to invest, it's extra money so that you don't need to pull it out immediately once the stocks fell. The third category is relax your soul. And the seventh tip is talk to a friend. Talk to somebody that you trust. It could be a friend, or maybe that friend could be also your family member, your relatives, your small group member, your mentor, your counselor, or your pastor. And in case you suddenly wake up in the middle of the night and you can't sleep and you need to talk to someone, you can also call 700 Club, the National Center for Mental Health Crisis Hotline, or Hope Hotline. Or you can also contact PACC Team Response, that wixsite.com/PACC for free counseling. Okay, so we'll put all of those links below. The eighth tip is pray. Let's entrust everything to the God who loves us. Leave your worries fully in God's hand so that you won't keep on carrying all those loads by yourself. Last December, Hans experienced severe abdominal pain. My cousin, Dr. Joanne Cao, asked him to take blood tests, urinalysis, and it ruled out appendicitis. So she then recommended that Hans would have to undergo a CT scan. For the results of the CT scan, we waited for more than a week because that was the time when the Omicron COVID cases was surging. During that time of waiting, both of us were able to sleep well at night. We would pray together before going to sleep because even without the results, we just entrust God whatever the results is and we'll face it once it's there. Thank God the results show that he doesn't have any gallbladder stone, no kidney stone. So then the doc said, you have to undergo endoscopy because they saw something. And during the endoscopy, they have to biopsy a specimen. We still have, that's another weight. But we thank God it was not cancerous. But throughout that ordeal, we were at peace, knowing that God is still in control. So when you catch yourself worrying excessively, make a decision to pray persistently. The 9th tip is claim God's promises. Doing so would result to peace of mind. So read God's word every day and memorize verses regarding overcoming fears or worries. Just like this one, 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. The 10th tip, keep a journal. Just like this one. Write down whatever is troubling you. It's a great way to release your feelings. Cry if you want to do so. It's okay not to be okay. You can also write down what's worrying you and also think of possible solutions. You can also write down the Bible verses that calms you down. So the 10 things that you can do to calm your anxiety. Number 1, do deep breathing exercises. Number 2, use essential oils like lavender. 3, take a nap. Number 4, watch funny or inspiring videos. Number 5, listen to soothing music. Number 6, focus on what you can control. Number 7, talk to a friend. Number 8, pray. Number 9, claim God's promises. And number 10, keep a journal. So if you're blessed by this video, please like, subscribe, and share it to others. And do follow Adjusting Your Heart in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Signal TV, GCTV 185. Next week, our topic would be things you can do to ease your depression. Stay safe, everyone.